I think it's Parker on the far side. Back to serve will be Grossman Norris. And the back row for her with her will be Barrett and Milam. And we're underway. And Triton will give up the first point on a hitting error. Couldn't quite get it back in play. Triton cannot wait to get in gear here in this one. This is a Culver team. You got to ignore that record. This is a group that plays extremely well. We have some great hitters, some good passing with this group. As Grossman Norris back again, a good deep serve there as Hammond handles it. Dahl brings it back into play. Veers swings and drives and gets that one. Clara Dahl with the assist. And Avery Veers gets her kill. One shy of 100 kills on the year. That's number 99. Back is Sierra Hawley. She'll get things underway. So we're trying to break this 1-1 tie. Lute swings blocked up front, but the block not strong enough as that one drops in. Did not see you pass that one. So Milam will go back to serve. So the two teams going back and forth here in these first couple points of this first set. And an ace for Milam. Of course, I don't know what to do with myself. First regular season away game volleyball game that I've called.
Well, you may want to repeat everything you said just before the tip because I wasn't live.
Well, they can watch the recorded version later.
I didn't record it either.
Hawley now drives it across. Milam will stop and brings it back into play. And that hit goes out of bounds there for Haley Parker. Triton gets the point. That'll draw them within one as Addie Stichter will rotate in for the libero position as Lydia Hammond gets a break. So she'll go on the front line. Savannah Hawley back to serve. Drops it just short. Milam handles it. Lute winds up, goes to the back corner. Sophie Howell stops it. Veers rolls it across, tipped up front. Parker handles it now. Lute leaves it for Barrett. She sets it deep to the corner. Now Veers winds up the pass from Howell, and she'll roll it across up near the net, and Veers with the block. And it's still alive, and Culver cannot get it back across, and Triton ties it at 3. Now Jillian Bulis will now check in. Had herself a night the other night, a couple pair of aces in that game against North Miami. Tonight had a pretty good evening as well, 4 kills in that JV contest, along with 2 aces. Barrett handles it. She wants it back on the pass from Grossman Norris. Dahl leaving it up for Veers, winds up, drives it down. Second time those two have combined here in this opening set. And Triton takes their first lead. Bulis down the back row, drives it across. Leaves it for Lute, swings and drives it down. Grossman Norris with the assist. Lute has a pair of kills. Now Savannah Hawley, they're going to do that little libero rotation in. Slebia goes to the back rows. Lute now back to serve. She'll drive that one across. Hammond handles it. A miscommunication in the back row results in an error. The Cavaliers back on top. About 92, just a little over 91% for this group on their serves this year, keeping them in play for this Cavalier group, according to Max Preps. Veers from the pass from Dahl goes to Milam in the back row. Veers comes into the middle, rolls it across. The Cavaliers recover, keeping it alive. Howell leaves it for Veers, swings, drives it down. Milam calls for it in the back row. Lute sends a free ball across short, and Triton can't recover. Triton need to get figured out how to move off the ball. On defense, Lute now swings, and that one, the serving error as it goes into the net. Now Clara Dahl goes back to serve. Talented server for this group. 17 aces for her on the year. Triton trying to build something. Gave up 2 out of the last 3 points. Now Parker to serve. That one goes wide. Oh, the mark. Out of bounds. Parker no goes back row. Holly handles it. Now to Dahl, leaving it up for Sierra, who hits from beyond the attack line. Grossman Norris to Barrett, swings it down. And trying to recover as Clara Dahl sends a free ball deep across. Grossman Norris now to the far side. Swing and the drive by Olivia Davis does not quite hit the mark. And Triton gets some life. Comes down to opportunities. We'll see how they handle this one. Avery Veers now back to serve. Grossman Norris leaves it for Barrett up top. She swings, blocked by Stichter. The Tower of Terror coming up big there at that point. Good play by Addie Stichter, the freshman along the front line. Good timing, read the hit well. Here swings his line drive, tried to bait Culver into it, could not answer. Now Audrey Borsa going to rotate in. Derek Evil will bring out Avery Veers as Barrett now back to serve. Up front, Dahl bring it away from the net. Here comes Holly, fades away, brings it down as Barrett with the dig. And that hit just a little too far deep. Culver cannot recover. That'll draw Triton within 1. So now Lydia Hammond rotates in. Avery Veers back in the ball game. Sporsa gets a break. 1 point. Separates the two sides here in this first set. Thus far looks to be a dogfight the rest of the way out. Lute hits it from beyond the attack line. The free ball. Triton now with an opportunity. Howe leaves it for Holly. She swings, drives it down. Sophie Howe with the assist. And Sierra Holly picks up her first kill of the night. Second on the team now with 54 kills. Lydia Hammond now sends it away. Barrett dumps it across. Good find, but Triton, a great job to recover. Sophie Howell gets it across. Barrett leaves it. Grossman Norris swings and drives it down. Either side not giving an inch. Olivia Davis now the junior back to serve. Sends it to the middle. Veers handles it. Sophie Howe, Sierra Holly, and that one goes out of bounds. Sophie Howe having herself a nice year passing the volleyball. 64 assists, second on the team. Now she goes back to serve, tied at 10. Milam passing it to the front line. Grossman Norris to Lute, who swings, and good opportunity. She found the defense over pursuing and found an open spot there in the corner. Good find by Lute. Grossman Norris again. Holly sets it across. Culver working down the front line. Lute swings over top of that wall. Howe to Holly. Another one. The third time those two have combined. Either side not really going on a deep run. Culver's largest lead was 3 here in this opening set. Now Sarah Holly goes back row. Parker handles it, leaves it for Lute. Swings, drives it down. Another assist for Grossman Norris. And Lute now 5 kills, according to my count here in this first set. Milam goes back to serve. She's had the lone ace here in this first set. Holly on the return. Veers from Howe, swings it through the block. Good job by Culver to get up there in time, but the deflection went down into the front of him. Avery picks up her 3rd kill. Howe's 4th assist. Now Jillian Bulis back to serve. In that JV contest, she was sending some rockets across, and she does it again with another laser here to the near side corner. Lute in the front row and gets another one. Triton needing to wake up. Culver seems to get those 2-point swings. Triton gets one and then kind of done. Avery Veers swings and drives down a nice pass from Dahl. Parker sends a free ball across. Opportunity for the Trojans. Howe leaves it. Here comes Veers. Swings and again drives into the front of that block. Tied back at 13. Claridal back to serve again. Trying to go on a run. Barrett tips it over the front line. The one-handed bump keeps it alive as Veers blocked up front by Barrett, but there's Addie Stichter to tip it across, and Triton back on the attack again. Veers finds it over the line. Culver setting something up now. Davis gets it across. Here comes Veers from Dahl. The left hand drives it down, and Triton will get the point. Now Hosanna Chupp will check in. Claridal now back in the back row, settles in. Grossman Norris leaves it for Barrett, who swings, but the net denies it. Still played on. Dahl leaves it. Veers swings, drives it down. Claridal now 5 assists to Veers' 6 kills. Getting faster writing these stats down. Been practicing.
That's what makes the difference.
Practicing. Alan Iverson didn't do it, but by golly, I do. Veers keeps it alive. Dahl now pushing it right back to Veers. Swings, but that one too tall. Had a good beat on it. Just couldn't quite get on top of the ball enough to drive it down. Now Haley Parker back to serve. Triton by 1. Veers from Dahl changes it up. Milam tries to keep it alive. It was a good effort. Maybe Veers picks up another kill. It's a good effort by Milam, though. Culver's libero doing a nice job. Veers drives it. Milam handles it. Grossman Norris leaves it, but it's a deep one. Davis and 4 hits is the call. And Triton out their largest lead by 3. I watch Kentucky and Nebraska. I don't get to catch their games very often. Lute in the front line. And that one brings in and an ace. Picks up their first for Avery Veers here tonight. We'll see our first timeout as Culver takes a quick timeout. Just letting everybody know on Saturday, September 13th, it's the Triton Blue Slam Volleyball fundraiser featuring Tom's Tasty Taters. For $15, you'll get a delicious meal that includes a walleye fish sandwich, a half order of Tom's Famous Taters, and a water. Plus, don't forget, desserts will be available with your donation upon picking up your meal. It's all happening at the Triton High School parking lot with meal pickup running from 10 until 3. The best part, all proceeds go directly to benefit the Triton Varsity Volleyball program. So come hungry, support your community, and cheer on your Lady Big Blue Slam. Again, that's next Saturday, September 13th. And that'll be the tournament. So, of course, we'll see Culver there. They're part of that tournament next weekend, I believe. You ever make the poster for that? Okay. No, you're not muted, so you can talk.
I know.
The headset doesn't pick up the rocks that rattle in your head.
I made all the posters for every sport the fall season.
You're doing a good job. I like them. So now Veers handles it out to the timeout, puts it to the far side corner, and that drops inside for her second ace back-to-back. Triton starting to climb a big run here thus far for them. It's been kind of a one team gets a point, one team gets 2 points here in this first set. Kind of back and forth we go. Culver trying to get it back in play now. Grossman Norris gets that one across from the pass from Barrett. Holly swings, drives it down. She picks up her 4th kill. Triton hits that 20-point mark. Yeah, Nebraska and Kentucky. I watched that one. Those Nebraska volleyball team's ridiculous. They play outside. Milam, another ace for Avery Veers. That's 3 here on this rotation.
The Carroll Chargers had an outdoor setup
I did.
week.
I saw that out in the football stadium. That was pretty cool. We can't do that, I don't think.
I don't know how we'd have a floor to put out there.
Hey, they're possible. I've been at those tournaments. It's possible. Veers with the deep ball across. On the free ball. Culver now with the opportunity. Grossman Norris dumps it across. Now Holly plants her feet, but good find there as Grossman Norris trying to stretch the defense. Veers drives it down. Dahl again. And Avery Veers 8 kills here in this first set to go along with 3 aces. Clara Dahl, by my count, I believe has 8 assists. Grossman Norris leaving it up. Milam calls for the free ball across. Triton now with an opportunity. Dahl pushes it to Holly, but she swings just the pass. She just kind of overran it just enough where she had to kind of reach behind her. Now send back. Ashlyn Barrett, a talented sophomore. Knows a thing or two about how to play volleyball, I'd hope. Dahl pushing it to Holly now. She gets a good beat on it. Drops it down the dig by Lute. Chuck from Dahl. Net denies it. Chuck's got a lot of potential there on that front line. Just need to have some confidence. She's got the ability. Just needs to trust her feet there a little bit. Barrett. That one kind of curves near the sideline. That pass by Dahl close to the net. Kind of a tough spot to make a play. Culver starting to climb back into it. Barrett back again. Culver doing a nice job on both sides of the floor, defensive and offensively. Holly sends it across. Grossman Norris out the free ball, but it goes out of bounds. Triton now knocking on the door here in this first set. Lydia Hammond back to serve. Culver has gone 4+ sets in 3 of their matches this season. Grossman Norris had a beat on it, but deflected behind. I'm going to say that it was Holly with the block. And then drops it short, just past the attack line. Barrett leaves it. Davis gets it across. Set point here coming. Milam trying to keep them alive in this first set. Get some momentum. Davis swings, and he drops in the back row. Now Sophie will check in for Hosanna for Triton. 18-24, and Olivia Davis back to serve. That one will end our first set on the serving error. Triton wins that one 25-something. They clicked it off already, so you might have to, I think it was 25-17, I think.
I believe it was 17, yeah.
All right, so we'll take a break. Be back here in just a bit, right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, second set about to get underway here as we get ready for this one and this Hoosier North Athletic Conference battle between Triton and Culver. Hi, everybody. Andy O'Hara with me here tonight. Got Caitlin on main camera and the Hall of Famer Ryan Limmer here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSAA Champions Network as Triton picking up their 8th first set victory of the season. Culver's a team that's gone 4+ sets in 3 of their matches, and they get some pretty good opponents as well. Winnemac, West Central, and South Central are the 3 that they've gone 4 sets with. And Sierra Holly back to serve. Had herself a nice opening set with 4 kills. Avery Veers added 8 and 6 kills for Hayden Lute for the Cavaliers. And Holly drops just dropped that one right in front. A tough spot for Culver to make a play. In that first set, Triton would get a point, Culver get 2. Triton get 2, Culver get 1. Will we see the same here in the second set? We're fixing to find out as Lute drops it down on another assist from Grossman Norris, who's got 5 by my count. I needed those. Grossman Norris back to serve. 14 aces coming into today. Fears rolls it across. Culver with an opportunity. And Triton now will have a chance to attack. Sophie Howell sends it to Veers, and now it almost goes up and hits the basket. Milam keeps it alive, and Lute sends a free ball, or excuse me, Barron sends a free ball across. Howell, Veers again. Another dig by Barrett. Milam brings it back into play, and we got a little rally going on here. Holly, Howell, Veers. Drops it down. Savannah Holly back to serve. Pushes that one out the back row. Lydia Hammond rotates in. Derek Even talking with our down official. Here's drives to the back row. Culver on the attack. Barrett goes to the back row. Sophie Howell the dig. Milam calls for it. Now Triton with an opportunity. Dahl, Howell leaves up near the net. Had some good movement there, just passed a little too close to the net. A little slow in the rotation there to get to that hit, so Milam back to serve. She's got an ace. Does not have an ace. She had some nice passes, a lot of nice digs in that first set. Davis from beyond the attack line gets it across. Sophie Howell setting it deep to the corner. Culver loading up. Lute up front, swings it through. But Sophie Howell the dig. Fears changes it up, trying to stretch the defense. Parker, Grossman Norris, those two go back and forth. And Triton now again on the attack. Fears from Dahl. A dig by Davis. And that hit goes out of bounds. It was a little long rally. Something had to give, and Triton now gets the point. Those rallies a little bit longer than you saw last night.
You talking to me?
This ain't a Bremen football game, so yeah, I was talking to you, but it's okay. Up front, tipped across, and Lute gets the kill. Caitlin heard it, didn't you?
Heard what?
My goodness. You are a lively bunch tonight.
No, I can hear you talking. I just don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Avery Veers picks up another kill. That's her 10th.
I wasn't up there with you during the Bremen game.
Oh, this is an inside joke that goes back a few years.
Oh, then I definitely want to know.
We'll tell you about it later. Barrett from Grossman Norris through the block. Barrett picks up her first kill. Leads the team with 35. Lute right behind her with 28 on the season. Dahl dumps it across. Culver's front line was ready. Barrett wants it back from Grossman Norris. Blocked by Stichter, the Tower of Terror, with her second block. Does a nice job getting right in front. She's timed that one up really well. Got her hands in the right spot to deflect it down. Addie Stichter comes off the floor. Holly checks in. Lydia Hammond back to serve, tied at 5. An ace for Lydia Hammond. Triton's 4th here this evening. Andrea Barrett checking her lineup. Ashland gets it across. It's all to Holly. Culver can't recover. Hammond swings. Milam on the return. Triton by 2. Grossman Norris. A good beat on this. Need to get on top of it. It was a good move. That's what Derek Evelyn's letting Sierra know. Sierra's been playing libero the last 3 seasons now in a hitting position this year. But she's athletic enough to handle the spot. You talk about a hard worker. Sierra Hawley's picture's right there. Always gives max effort. Barrett on the serve, and Triton can't get it back across. And she'll get to serve back-to-back here. Triton won the JV contest 25-15 here tonight in both sets. Howell leads it to Hawley, who tips it over the front line. Beach can't get that one quite across. We had a slugfest early on. We still have one going here. As Chup now will rotate in on the front line with Hawley, both Savannah and Sierra Hawley. Sophie Howell goes back row. Milam pushing it up. Barrett leaves it. Davis gets a swing. Triton back on the attack now as Howell to Sierra Hawley. And Culver can't quite recover. Sophie goes back to serve. 2-point lead. Barrett leaves it for Grossman Norris, who sets it. Triton in position defensively to attack. Another assist for Sophie Howell. She's got 7. And Sierra Hawley picks up her 7th kill. Culver will take a timeout. Of course, Triton the other night coming off of a tough loss against North Miami in 3 sets. North Miami really kind of holding their own, a team that might be the favorite here in the Hoosier North. But right now, they're one of the undefeateds with Pioneer, Culver, and North Judson in the conference. And Triton, since they're with, pick up their first loss of the year in the conference play. Trying to look here. North Miami currently sporting the best record, total record, with 10-3 on the year. But Culver has had some nice moments here this year. They got some nice wins. You go down there and look. I mean, a win at Caston, beat Oregon Davis twice. Tri-Township of the Winnemac team playing their first conference matchup the other night. And Culver handling that one in 5 sets. Of course, they've played some tough ones too. They'll host Argus next week. The same night that Triton hosts North Judson. We got a Monday, Tuesday deal next week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? I don't know if I'll be able to make the 10th. I'll try. Sophie Howell back to serve. Out of the timeout. Davis now swings, goes back row. Howell leaves it for Holly. Swings through the block and deflects and goes to the scorer's table. Luckily, everything has lids. It's a good, strong block up front by Culver. Just had the hands deflected where they're not quite in place to deflect it back into play. And Howell trying to drop it short, hits the top of the net.
Yeah, Monday's my dilemma. School board meeting.
Is there a tennis match that night?
Yes.
Holly sends a high free ball near the net. Triton back on the attack. Sophie Howell sets it across. Barron handles it now to Parker as Grossman Norris sends a free ball across. Triton doing a nice job getting the ball movement. Just got to get on top of that ball. Triton's passing a lot better here tonight. Team also moving a little bit better after that first set. Leaning into their attacks. Culver trying to mount a little bit of a run here. Holly sets it up, changes up. Is Barrett with a nice dig. Parker pushing it near side. Nobody home. Lost the communication. Beats the lone freshman out there for Culver. Luke plants her feet, gets it across. Howe. Severes changes up. Barrett's there with the nice dig. Milam leaves it. Grossman Norris sends a free ball across. Triton with another opportunity. Howe, Veers, swings, drives it down. And Sophie Howe picks up her 9th assist as Veers picks up her 11th kill. Culver trying to stop the run. That one goes out of bounds off the back row. Howe pushing it to Veers, who swings through the block. Culver keeps it alive. Chupp gets the free ball across. We're going to play into the net. It's the Trojans. We're going to stay with Savannah Hawley. Culver clawing their way back into this one as Grossman Norrison's a laser to the back row. Veers with a heads-up play. What an effort by her to keep it alive. Grossman Norris to Lute. Lute again up front, doing nice around the net. Veers swings, drives it through the block. She splits the two defenders. Now Jillian Bulis back to serve. No libero on the floor for either side as Bulis Triton's 4th serving error this set. Lydia Hammond rotates back in now. Both liberos are back out on the floor for either side. Milam back to serve, down by 2. Some good velocity, just didn't quite clear the net. Now Clara Dahl rotates in. She'll go back to serve. 3-point ball game. Grossman Norris leaves it for Barron, who gets it blocked up front by Sophie Howell. Here's calls for it and rolls it across. Savannah Hawley with the assist. Or Sierra, rather. Savannah was rotating. Emily Meadway now on the front line. No one home. Triton had a beat up front. Got to keep an eye on the ball on the front line. Now Lute back to serve. Dahl sets it deep to the corner. Lute brings it back into play. Good communication by Grossman Norris. Keeps it alive as Milam sends a free ball across. Dahl, Veers, swings it down. Clara Dahl, 11 assists. Avery Veers now up to 14 kills. Dahl now handling it, pushes it to Hawley, who swings through. Lute with the dig up near the net. Meadway goes, elevates and drops it down. And a timeout for Culver. Be their second here of this second set. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be back at Culver.
Yep.
For football.
I'm going to bring a coat because I'm already cold.
I'm freezing.
I'm debating jeans again tomorrow night. Well, your Letterman jacket's out in the truck.
Yeah.
There's no like halftime to go run out there, time to go get that. Just think warm thoughts. That's what Daddy tells us in the deer blind. Just think warm thoughts. You'll be fine.
Not sure it'll work, but all right.
It's worth a shot. You can try it. Of course, looking forward to that Hoosier North Athletic Conference. Tomorrow night's conference games across the board. No more.
Oh,
No more of those games. The non-conference matchups.
I just noticed they're a 1,000-point club. What if someone else makes it for boys? They ran out of room. They have to tack something on the bottom there, I guess.
Change the font. Well, you just go to the left. Just start a new one on the
that's
left.
true.
Just start a new one on the left. Change your font. Shrink it down. Here goes the back row. Milam pushes it to the front line. Here comes Grossman Norris. Good find to the back row. Holly tips it across. Lute. Barrett setting it. Trying on the attack. Dahl to Holly. Blocked up front by Grossman Norris. Davis, it's kind of a miscommunication that back line. Now Borsa will check in. She will go back to serve. Borsa with a nice serve to the back line. Lute swings, drives it, but goes out of bounds. And Triton hits the 20-point mark. Triton has only gone 4 sets once this year, and that was in the game against Rochester. Just looking down. Fears now again on the serve. Has 3 thus far. Barrett with a good hit. Triton recovers. Barrett wants it back. She wants another swing. She'll drive it again. Hammond with the dig. That position is not for the faint of heart. This time it's Davis, but changes up and hits the net. Barrett had some really nice swings there. Culver going back to that. I tell you, this young lady, give her time. Lydia Hammond was on the receiving end of both of those. Her and Avery collided at one point. Meadway again up in the line, playing some nice defense. Holly tipping it back and forth, and that one goes out of bounds. Clara Dahl, nice job to run it off the sideline. Good leadership there by the Triton senior. Veers with another line drive shot and picks up her 4th ace. And Triton now 2 points away. Culver needing to dig deep here. Milam. Barrett leaving it for Lute in the back row. She'll swing, hits the top of the net. Meadway deflects it backwards. And now Triton gives Culver an opportunity. Barrett swings. The block is strong. Addie sticked her up front again. The freshman having herself a nice evening. And Barrett gets a good swing from Grossman Norris. Picks up her 2nd kill. But Addie sticked her another nice block up front. Tower of Terror is in full swing here tonight. Sophie Howe will rotate in for Meadway. Parker now back to serve. Holly on the 2nd hit gets it across. Grossman Norris uses it for Barron again, who changed up and then goes to the left hand. Sarah Holly goes back row, up front. Dahl to Holly again. It drops in. Now it's set point. Barron gets it across. Dahl leaving it back for Savannah Holly, who gets it across. Barrett setting it deep, trying to stretch the defense. And Triton will go in the net. Culver still alive. Howell leaves it for Holly, tips it across, and that'll do it for the second set, 25-15. I wrote it down. We're good. We are good.
They cleared that so fast.
Man, they're on it tonight down there. So we'll take a quick break. Be back here for the third set right after this. All right, third set about to get underway as Triton took those first two sets, 25-18, 25-15. A. Revere is leading the way for the Trojans right now with 14 kills. Sierra Hawley adding 9. Dahl with 12 assists and 10 for Sophie Howell. Meadway had a nice kill off of a first hit deflection. Addie Stichter 2 blocks for the freshman here tonight. Lute still leads the way, 8 kills. Barrett with 2. And Grossman Norris with 10 assists. So Triton will run with Savannah and Sierra Hall in the front line with Clara Dahl, Sophie Howe in the back row with Lydia Hammond and Avery Veers. Lute will be on the front line with Parker and Chloe Lewis on the far side. Milam will be in the libero position with Barrett on her left, and on her right will be Sophie Grossman Norris. What?
They just passed out little heads of the girls, Culver girls over there. See that one?
Well, there you go. So Grossman Norris to get this third set underway. Culver, don't count them out here. This is a team. Look for them to come fighting in this third set. Grossman Norris leaves it for Lute up front. She tips it across. It's the top of the net, and she gets that one, picking up her 9th kill. Dahl now brings it back into play as Holly rolls it across. Lute had a tip on it, but it goes out of bounds. Culver not completely out of it. Still cannot quite get it across. Triton's first point comes from that as Sierra Hawley back to serve. Grossman Norris leaving it for Lewis in the front line. Had a good approach. Just needs to be confident in that swing. She had a great approach. Hawley at the line drive shot as Barrett on the return. Up near the net. And now my phone's going off like crazy. Big stuff tonight. Fantasy football tonight. I got 2 players in tonight. Holly's serve goes into the net.
I just felt mine go off too, but it's probably just Caden.
Well, at least he's answering his phone. Okay, we're never doing purple and blue back to back over again.
It's Caden's fault.
Can't read it. Howell to Veers, it deflects. It was a good deflection by Lewis up front. And Avery Veers picks up her 15th kill. 12th assist for Sophie. It was a good block by Lewis up front. Addie Stichter rotates in as Lydia Hammond comes off the floor. Savannah Hawley gets it across. Lute, a good effort, keeps it alive. Veers from Howell. Milam with a one-handed dig keeps it alive. Chloe Lewis back across. Dahl brings it back in. Addie Stichter sends it to the corner. Barrett drops it in. Picks up her 3rd kill. Maybe I should have went green. Or pink. Off the top of the net, Lute got the defense to react slowly to that one. Lute back again. Culver has won 6 third sets out of their 9 matches this season. Well, make that. Oh, 6 of them. Culver be in the net. But Culver has won every third set they've played in their last 6 games.
Oh, boy.
That's where I said, I'm telling you, 4 sets minimum is what I thought tonight. Dahl pushing it to Veers. Another good kill for Avery Veers. 13 assists. Avery Veers now with 16. My goodness, read your writing, Andy. 16 kills. Dahl with a deep, hits that back line. That was a tough one to read. That was a close play back on that line. That's why I will never be a judge, line judge. Never. Or an umpire. Never. No thank you. I'd still be thinking about it. Lewis leaves it for Barron, who changes up speeds. Veers from Kai Fear. Dahl, Veers swings it down. Triton's getting their timing, finding their groove. Avery Veers taking over here in this third set. She must knew I was talking about her. She looked right up here and started saying her name. Abby used to do that. Barrett goes to the back row, but they're going to say Triton was into the net. It's the second time here in this third set where that has happened. Derek Evelyn trying to refocus in his group. Pretty sure Abby used to do that. I would talk about her, and she would like look up here every single time. It's like she's wearing an earbud. Dahl back to Veers, drives it down. Tough block up front by Grossman Norris. Lewis to Barrett. Had to change up her approach. Holly and Hammond with a nice hustle play. Grossman Norris goes to the corner. Tough play on the ball. Cavaliers down by 2. Barrett's serve goes out the back line. It wasn't static. Oh, boy. It was not static, yeah. Barrett now gets it across on the free ball. Triton with an opportunity here as Dahl leaves it back for Holly. Hit. They're going to say tipped up front. And Sarah Holly picks up her 10th kill. Clara Dahl, 15 assists. Here's again. Grossman Norris on the return. Lewis leaves it for Barron, who swings through the block. Now to Holly. Grossman Norris plants and drives it through. The block was strong by Kai Fear, but couldn't quite keep it in play. Ashlyn Barrett back to serve. A return close net. Dahl brings it back into play for Kai Fear, who gets it across. Lewis now to Grossman Norris. Culver trying to rally. Dahl back to Holly. Swings, drives it down. Now Sophie Howe rotates in for Kai Fear. Lydia Hammond back to serve. Trying with a 4-point advantage. Culver has the ability to climb back into this one. Just keep hitting the ball hard and moving the way they've been. Trying to just make some nice plays on offense. Holly swings. That one goes out of bounds. Now if you're Culver, looking for an opportunity to try to get a few points here to try to cut into that lead. Olivia Davis back to serve. Hits the top of the net. Now Holly rolls it across. Lewis near the net, but there's Savannah Holly. And her second block. Sophie Howe back to serve. Up by 4. Milam handles it. Good hustle there by Grossman Norris to keep it alive as Haley Parker gets it across. Howe, now to Holly. Tips it across. Parker's there to answer. Lutzen's a free ball across. Triton back on the attack. Howe to Holly again. Tips it across. Grossman Norris there for that one. Lewis leaves it for Lute. Drops it in. Fierce from beyond the attack line sends a rocket, but doesn't quite die. It was a good passing lead to that hit. And good play up front there by Culver to keep themselves alive in the rally and get the point. They now trail by 3. Grossman Norris goes back row. Sophie leaves it for Savannah Holly, who drops in with the left hand. Her second kill. Sophie's 13th assist as Chupp now will rotate in for Clara Dahl. And I would guess it's Sierra back to service. She tried to track it down. Clara had a little mishap with one of the mats to start the game. Knocked it off the wall. Cameron may not have picked it up, but I saw it. Chupp leaves it for Veer, swings through the net, deflects it. Chupp with the assist.
The backstop map?
The backstop map. I don't know. Clara was holding it and just like looking like, what do I do? Just her look on her face was priceless. Like, Now to Lute, swings through, tipped up front by Holly. Sophie Howe leaves it behind. Savannah rolls it to the near side. Culver lining up for a hit here as Lewis will roll it across. Trying good communication. Veers from Holly. It was a good deflection up front by Lute, but it goes out of bounds. And Sophie picks up her 14th assist here in this match. 4th of this set alone. Lewis leaves it for Lute. Good find. Lute picks up her 10th kill. Second assist for Chloe Lewis. Culver's passing really starting to find some momentum, down by 5. Needs to go on a run here if you're the Cavaliers. Parker goes in the back row. Holly goes back row. Good swing. Click it. Yeah, it went too quick. I didn't see who had passed it. Lewis now. A short serve. Veers from Sophie. Good block up front by Lute. Trying to tip it aboard top of the defense. Tough play on the net. Triton now trying to hold their position. Up by 7. It's a tough spot to be in up there along that net. Euless, another short serve. Very accurate server for this Trojan team. Veers tips it across from Sophie Howe, and Avery Veers picks up her 20th kill here tonight. And now both setters for the Trojans with 16 assists. By my count. Abby's down there keeping track. I'm sure I'm wrong. Lewis goes back row. Stops it. Chupp leaving it for Stichter, who gets the friendly roll to the top of the net. Chupp picks up her second assist. Addie Stichter a kill and a pair of blocks here tonight for the freshman. And a timeout for Culver, trying to see if they can slow down Triton here. The Trojans are threatening. I want to remind everybody, coming up on Saturday, September 13th, at the Triton Blue Slam Volleyball fundraiser, will be going on featuring Tom's Tasty Taters. For just $15, you'll get a delicious meal that includes a walleye fish sandwich, a half order of Tom's Famous Taters, and a water. Plus, don't forget, desserts will be available upon picking up your meal. It's all happening at the Triton High School parking lot with meal pickup running from 10 until 3. The best part, all proceeds go directly to benefit the Triton Varsity Volleyball program. So come hungry, support your community, and cheer on your Lady Big Blue Slam. Well, Ryan already has his ticket.
Gotta remember to bring it.
He tried to use it last week. However, it didn't work real well because he was 2 weeks away. But either way, we'll be there. It's usually a long day, but a fun day.
I didn't try to use it. I thought I was going to use it.
Boy, it was like telling Jackson no to something that he was really looking forward to. It's the sheer disappointment on his face. It's like, I wanted a fish sandwich. Well, I always want a fish sandwich. Here we are. Bulis has had a pair of nice serves. Go a little bit deeper with that one. Lewis brings it back into play. Barrett has to change up her approach. Sophie Howe to Veers, leaving it for Barrett, who changes it up and tips it across. Good heads-up play by Sierra Hawley to keep it alive with a dig. Barrett goes back row. Howe to Veers, changes it up. Good play there by Avery Veers to change up the hit. Sophie Howe with another assist. Bulis now to serve. Triton 5 points away. Culver trying to extend this one. Triton again into the net. I believe that's the fourth time here tonight. Clara Dahl rotates in for Chupp. Chupp with a pair of assists here this evening. Some good plays up front. As Loop back to serve. Unfortunately, her serve goes into the net. Clear it all back to serve. Barrett tips it across. Culver back on the attack. Grossman Norris leaves it for Davis, who sets it. Here's waits it. Wants it right back from Dahl. Swings, drives it down. A nice dig there by Grossman Norris, and Veer just for good measure, making sure it doesn't come back. Her and Clara Dahl back and forth. Some nice passing from Clara and Sophie tonight for Triton. Grossman Norris leaves it for Barron, who goes across. Dahl leaves it for Veer. Swings again. The deflection. Another good deflection up front by Culver, but unfortunately for them, it goes out of bounds. I've got Avery for 23 kills tonight. Lewis swings. Sophie Howe the stop. Hawley rolls it across. Triton 2 points away. Barrett trying to keep her group alive. The deep hit. Parker brings it back into play. Grossman Norris now to Davis. Setting it across. Triton lining up. Dahl leaving it behind for Sophie and can't quite clear. Derek even said her eyes got Triton gets set defensively. Stichter, Veers, and Dahl the front line for the Trojans as Lewis sends it to the back row. Veers from Dahl from the behind the back pass. Another block, but it goes down. Now it's match point for the Trojans as Avery Veers with kill number 24. Lewis leaves it for Barrett. Swings through the block. Stichter tips it across. Culver back on the attack, trying to keep this game alive. Dahl leaves it for Sierra Hawley. The block is strong. Hawley brings it back in. Good play by Hammond to be in place. Lewis leaves it across the way to Grossman Norris, who sets it. Oh, and Barrett swings, drives it down. Triton still in it. Sophie Hell with a play. Barrett goes back row. Hammond keeps alive. Stichter can't reach it. It's still alive. Triton still hanging in there. Lewis across the way. Grossman Norris rolls it across. Veers back to the front line. Dahl bringing it back. Here's Sierra Hawley, gets it across. Long rally here. Something's got to give. Grossman Norris goes back row. Triton stops it. Triton again going for broke. Barrett tips it across, and that rally's going to end. What a rally. Good effort by both sides. My goodness. Boy, that was at least a minute. Minute 10? That was a long rally. But Sophie Howell, give her some. That was a heck of a job by her to hit it from her knees to keep it alive. Milam, still match point for the Trojans. Parker sends a free ball across. Triton again on the attack. Dahl leaves it for Sierra Holly, who changes it up front. Good play by Sophie Grossman Norris to keep it alive. Milam calls for it. That's a deep hit. Parker sets it across. Sophie Howell gets it across. Milam to answer. Hammond. Back-to-back Cavalier points. Culver's not going away quietly. I'm telling you, this Culver team, there's no quit in this group. Barron goes back row. Dahl brings it back into play. Holly rolls it, but the net denies it. Match point again. But Culver with 3 straight points. All started with that long rally. May have energized the Cavaliers as Triton still with a match point. Barrett sends it across. Fears on the return. Dahl leaves it up front near the net. Triton still in play. Lewis leaves it for Grossman Norris, who goes back row. 4-point swing for the Cavaliers. Energized from a rally. Not going into the night quietly. Barrett now again swings, goes back row. Hammond handles it. Dahl leaves it for Howell, setting it across. Milam back to Parker on the far side. Free ball across. Triton now with an opportunity. Dahl now to Sierra Holly, who goes back row. Culver still in it. Barrett brings it back into play. Milam calls for it. Another chance for Triton. This time, Holly again from Dahl up front. Blocked. I believe that was Davis. Fears rolls it across. Parker now leaving it. Lewis to Grossman Norris, setting it back row. Another rally potentially here. Dahl leaves it for Howell in the back row. She swings. Barrett's there to keep it alive. Lewis now to Davis, sets it across. Veers with the dig. Dahl now goes back to Sierra Holly, who goes back row. Barrett again on the return. Parker sets it across. Sophie Howell dumps it across, trying to catch the defense napping, but the Cavaliers recover as Grossman Norris goes in the back row. Dahl leaving it for Sierra Holly, who swings to the block, and that's going to do it. Oh, they're going to say, was it tipped? And there it is. And that's going to do it for the match. Blocked up front, but Sierra Holly will end it on her 12th kill of the night on the 20th assist from Clara Dahl. Triton wins, was 25 what?
Was it 16? Holy cow.
I think it was 16.
I think it was 16. I have. What watch out for, exactly. Watch out for deer if you're driving home. 25-16. So Triton will win in 3 sets here tonight, picking up their 8th win. Now back to 3-1 in the conference. 25-18 in that first set, 25-15 in the second, 25-16 you just saw in the third. Avery Veers led the way with, I had her down for 24 kills, 12 kills for Sierra Holly, 3 kills for Savannah, and a pair, 1 each for Meadway and Stichter. Stichter with 2 blocks, to Holly's 2 blocks. 20 assists for Clara Dahl, 17 assists for Sophie, and then Avery also had 4 aces on the night. Lute leading the way for her team with 10 kills, 4 kills for Barrett, and Grossman Norris, I had her down for 13 assists. Again, those are not official stats, but Triton picks up a big win here tonight to maybe propel them into a tough week yet next week. We're going to hang it up here from John R. Nelson Gymnasium as Triton will pick up this win, and until next time, remember the Trojan way.